Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be creating a home that I'm really excited to show you because it was a home I just really felt like building, and it's for this sim Jordan, who is a gender fluid sim that we created on a live stream recently, and it's their home that they share with their grandmother. I think it's Grandma Stover. This is Grandma Stover, and Jordan gave Grandma Stover the confidence to come out as lesbian as an elder. So I thought that was a really nice storyline that we created with chat, and I absolutely love these characters. So we decided to build a home that was perfect for them. And the storyline is Grandma Stover is a self-made woman. She is probably in a career like she's a lawyer, or maybe she's into politics and has done very, very well fighting for people's rights. And therefore she's made quite a bit of money. Maybe her late husband also had quite a powerful career. So this home is going to be a home that she's lived in forever. She would have had Jordan's mum living here, so I wanted it to look like a renovated 70s house. So it's going to be mid-century modern design, which I'm kind of obsessed with at the moment. I am so into mid-century modern, I don't know where it came from. I've just been looking at so many, pardon me, I just had almonds, you know, when you get the almond skins like stuck in your throat and it makes you cough. I have that right now. I've just been looking at a lot of houses recently, and the mid-century modern ones that are either built and inspired by that era, or they're actually homes from that era and they've been renovated to kind of be a contemporary version of that modernist design. I love them so much. So I really wanted to build one, and I know that I haven't used the terrain tool all that much in The Sims, so I definitely wanted to challenge myself to use that a little bit more, and it was something that's been requested by you guys. And I also wanted to go to town using Maxis Match custom content. I just wanted to see what I could do. So yes, this build is going to use probably the most amount of custom content that I've used in a build. Usually I try and be pretty wary with CC just because it's annoying to download if you don't have all the packs. However, the CC I am using are all in neat Maxis Matches CC packs. I think there's like 4 of them. So if you download those 4 packs, they are safe to download. They are from very talented creators. They're not messy. So if you're interested in trying out some CC, I'd probably recommend the ones that I've used in this build just because they're so clean. So if you guys want to download them, I'm going to list them in the description down below. And I'm going to try and point out where I've used them as much as possible as well. So anyway, first of all, we did start the house build on another lot, and that was in, I was about to say Oasis Springs. We were going to build in Oasis Springs, but Oasis Springs, I can't stand the lighting because anything that's white, it makes it look like yellow. It's got like a sepia kind of thing going on. So I decided to build it in Del Sol Valley, but the lot we chose was way too big and it was going to end up being a mansion. So I brought it here. I think this is just in Willow Creek, and yeah, this is basically the basic form, the basic shape of it. Of course, we're going to add some roofing onto the left, but at least there you can kind of see what we're working with and the shell of the whole build. And I mean, think Brady Bunch. Think Brady Bunch. If you're a little bit confused by terms like mid-century modern, just think Brady Bunch house. We're gonna go very 70s. And inside, I wanted it to be fresh and contemporary, but still have a few elements of the original home. So it's clearly been renovated over time, but the grandma would have wanted to kind of keep or stay true in some way to what the original home looked like. And expect to see a lot of bright colors. If you're into bright colors, then you'll see that soon. 70s furniture. And we're going to have a nice deck out the back. And with these packs, you're gonna have to bear with me because I'm gonna have to look up these packs as we go that I've been using. but most of them are made by Harrie and Felixandre because they collaborate on a few packs that are incredible. I've reviewed them many times on my channel, so you guys are probably going to be like, oh yeah, I know that one, if you've watched my other videos. And then the other one is the Eco Kitchen Stuff Pack that is by Little Dicker. Yeah, Little Dicker. That's another one that I've used in here. But those are basically the only ones. And I love how this house turned out. I also, for the first time ever, used garage doors. And yes, I know it doesn't line up with the road. I moved lots again to upload this to the gallery. So if you download it, I would probably place it in an area where it does line up with the road properly, because right now it doesn't. I think I moved it to Willow Creek, just to one of the other blocks, and it worked okay. But yeah, I never do garages because I don't really like the fact that we don't have cars in The Sims 4. I really, really wish that at this point in The Sims 4 we had cars, and I don't know why they've held back on it. Maybe because the expectations would just be too high and people would want like more elaborate animations and to drive around to places and follow the vehicle. But I literally just kind of wanted cars in the game, like The Sims, was it The Sims 2, where they just had an animation hopping in, driving out of the driveway, and that was it. I would have been so happy with that. And because we don't have cars in the game, I just don't do garages. We don't have proper objects except for this one, which is actually a mural garage from City Living. But I decided, you know, let's work with this. And I decided to make the garage into a converted room for Jordan. So Jordan's room is kind of going to be that cool, like, garage hybrid room. Not even a hybrid. It's not a garage anymore. It's a bedroom. And I also thought it would be nice to use on the outside a lot of whites. A lot of people are surprised that many homes in the 70s had a lot of white on them. And I just thought that looked good. Although I feel like white exteriors in The Sims never look as good as they do in real life. And this is the final exterior that I've done here. The only thing I've changed is those yellow lines. I changed them to white. I like the yellow. I think it's a little bit eccentric, but I thought most people who want to download this would probably prefer the white because it's a little bit more conservative. But I did have fun with the yellow. Those are from City Living. And first up, we're going to do the kitchen. So this kitchen is by Harrie. I think I get a little bit confused when Harrie creates things by herself and not with Felixandre, but I believe this is her own item, which I'll link in the description down below, because they collaborated and created Kitchen first, and then Harrie made this, which I love. I love that there's a whole heap of lighter timbers available in this, and the cupboards are really nice. I was just having a look at the Eco pack, Little Dicker's Eco pack, because there were some really great 70s colors as well, like those green colors. But I thought, you know what, let's go with a more contemporary kitchen because we don't want to make it too 70s. It needs to be a bit contemporary. And I was also trying out a couple of those range hoods that were also from that Eco pack that Little Dicker created. The windows are from University, and I think the stove is from, that must be from the Kitchen pack. And yeah, we're just making a kitchen that has a bit of a mid-century modern vibe. However, it's clearly more from this day and age. It's not true to the 70s feel. So that's kind of cool. I've used my favorite bricks. Those bricks are actually from Base Game, which a lot of people are surprised by. And everything on the exterior is all from The Sims. Inside, we're going to be using wallpapers from the Tiny Travelers set. And the Tiny Travelers set is also by Harrie and Felixandre, which I'll link in the description down below. There are a few new items that we have from the Star Wars pack, Journey to Batuu. And I didn't actually look through and do a review of Build and Buy just because that pack's not really for me. But I was pleasantly surprised at some of the items in the pack I can actually use in this build. And I think it was some flower pots that I used. But a few other things I was kind of tempted, like, oh, that actually looks okay. I could have used that. So here I'm just playing with some base game wallpapers, but then we change over to the Tiny Travelers walls. I just feel like there's a lack of contemporary wall colors in the game, and I feel myself wanting to reach for custom content wallpapers all the time, even though they're just plain colors. I just don't like, I mean, I like the colors in the game, but I feel like it's very like pastel or just basic colors. There's no sophisticated colors like beautiful rich yellows or soft greens. It's just a little bit more like either bright or dark, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, this almond. Let me take a sip of tea. That's better. And then I thought, oh, it'd be cool to have like a little diner area maybe for a dining table, but in the end I was like, no. And then I was playing around with some Journey to Batu chairs. In the end, I just used these ones. I think they're from Get Famous, which had a lot of mid-century vibes to it. And I thought it would be fun to use orange chairs, although we're gonna go through a whole heap of different options. I was like, do I wanna go with that classic green? Do I wanna go with orange? Do I wanna go with yellow, blue? But I thought the orange worked quite well in here. And after uploading this to the gallery, I did change the wallpaper a little bit more. So at the end of this video, we're gonna take a tour through the house and look at it. And I'm so excited. I feel like it's a very deli build. Like there's lots of color, lots of wallpaper, and it feels like me, you know? So I really hope you guys enjoy it, and some of you are able to download it and enjoy it, even though there's a ton of CC in it. At least the CC in it is from from the same CC pack, so it's not actually that many different things to download. And then the lounge room that we're going to walk into from this dining area is going to be very 70s, because we're going to use a carpet or a rug that just screams the 70s on it. You'll see it in a little while. And in terms of the floor around the house, I did use a few trees that looked a little bit more tropical from Sulani, or what's it called? Island Paradise? Oh gosh, I'm getting so confused with names of packs these days. I call them by the worlds now. I'm like, Sulani. I think I started doing that after Strangerville, because it was called Strangerville. The Sims 4 Island Living, that's the one. And then, yeah, just some basic chairs from Tiny Living. Oh, one other pack I've used is the Tiny Living add-on pack. And was that by Felixandre, Tiny Living Plus, I think it's called. Really handy. Oh, Illogical Sims. Apologies, Illogical Sims. That is a great pack, because what it does is it basically takes apart some of the items that are in the Tiny Living stuff pack, breaks them into smaller pieces. So for instance, the Murphy bed that folds down with a couch on it, you can actually just place the couch without the whole Murphy bed, which I think they should have done it anyway. I think the Sims often forget that pieces of items we really want to use in a versatile way and not necessarily for the intended use. So a lot of the time pot plants request it. I always get the feedback if they could split up like sets of pot plants, or what was the really frustrating one? Oh, that's right. In Get Famous, there's the makeup or stylist jeans where they have a whole heap of makeup brushes attached to them in a little pouch. They're the perfect pair of jeans, but they only had them available with the makeup pouch on them. And it was like, no! So I quickly downloaded the version of those that was created by a modder or a CC creator, because they just kind of split them up. So it was more versatile. Those little cubby shelves, they're from the Nifty Knitting Pack. They're quite cute and I do like them, but for this lounge room, I just decided to take them out. And that mirror there, I think that maybe, oh, I forgot what that mirror is from. That mirror, you know what? I can tell you guys right now, because it's a very, very handy mirror. And the thing I love about these packs that I've used is it's very difficult to tell if it's been made by Maxis or someone else. That's a bathroom mirror. So that's from the bathroom pack. Also, this is the first build I've done experimenting with stacked windows because the latest free update allows you to stack windows on top of one another with the Move Objects On cheat. So that is really fun, and that was perfect for this build because the windows at the front actually have tiny little windows above the long modern windows, which creates that classic 70s silhouette of a window. So those ones right there. So that's perfect. And then the other window I've used is from Get Famous. The sliding doors are from Eco Lifestyle, Eco Living. And again, these are base game bricks. So hopefully I am covering all bases or questions, most of the questions, but of course comment down below if you want to know anything else. And these couches, these are newbies. I should have reviewed a new pack from Harrie and Felixandre, and it's an outdoor, so they made the kitchen pack, the bathroom pack, and now they've made like an outdoor pack. So if you guys are interested in seeing that pack, I'll review it, but those couches are from it, and we're going to use some pieces from that, which is just brilliant. Can't wait to show you guys what we do on the deck. And there was also a little stack of cushions in this room that is also from that pack. So right now, just trying to figure out what couch would be great up here. I think this room would probably be maybe the formal living area, because it does have a really nice big fireplace. We do have a TV in here as well. The great thing about this house is there's a lot of living areas, and a lot of those spaces could be created into a gym or a skill building room or a studio. This house is really open to different families living here, or it could be a very like family friendly home too with playrooms. And this is the really 70s rug I was telling you guys about. I was like, oh, this rug is so perfect for this build. Also, you're probably, I know for some people, lots of wallpapers is too much. You prefer like simpler, you know, just one wallpaper or one feature wall. I have a habit of using a lot of different wallpapers. So if you guys are like, oh my God, too many wallpapers, I totally get it. Because I kind of went to town on this. And I when we walk through it, you'll see I did simplify a few of the walls because I kind of went back and looked at it and thought, oh God, there's too many different walls going on. So even I was thinking, I might have gone a little bit too far on this. And these curtains, I get asked a lot where they're from. That's from the bathroom pack as well, which will be linked below. And this wallpaper is probably the only standalone item that is not in one of these CC packs. And this wallpaper is actually an adjustment of one of the wallpapers already in the game. And the problem with the wallpaper was it came out when they did the free Caribbean release, but the wallpaper was only available with like wood under it, which is not ideal for a lot of homes, and a CC creator actually removed the wood, so it's just like a flat leaf pattern, which I've used in this house as well, and I absolutely love. So I feel like the grandma is quite eccentric, really loves the 70s, so yeah, definitely staying true to that era. And there's also some cacti plants in there. That's from the new outdoor set that I'll also link. And yeah, it's looking pretty good, I think. I loved using all of this custom content. It was so much fun. Back in The Sims 3, I would never, but this custom content's just next level. The creators are so talented. It's so true to the game. It's so Max's Match. And I love that it's bits and pieces already existing in the game, just split up. Also the lounge area, those were all Tiny Living Plus couches. So they were in the Tiny Living Murphy beds. So they of course look like the game because they were a part of the game. And these little benches are also from that new outdoor pack I've been telling you about. And I believe it's available on Patreon right now, but it'll be on a full free release shortly, maybe this week, I'm not sure. And there were some cool new wall items from Star Wars too that I think I'll use a lot more. So basically this has been turning out pretty nicely. The kitchen is probably the most contemporary looking room. Like that room looks more basic and modern for what we're seeing today. Whereas the lounge room, I think, was looking a little bit closer to 70s. And then this is going to be the grandma's room. So a very cool Nana. I feel like she would have got an interior designer in, such as myself, and said, look, I want to just keep this house looking fresh and nice. You know, I want it to be contemporary, but I love the 70s. So just do what you can with it and keep it as my home that I've always lived in. So she lets people keep it looking really nice, in my opinion, of course. I may be a little biased. That wardrobe, I think, is actually, did that come in the bowling pack? There are a few random items that came in the bowling pack, but it was so strong in giving off that mid-century vibe. Oh no, it came with Get Famous. So Get Famous had a lot of items like that. And to be honest, I don't really use that dresser very often. I feel like it's too many ornamental elements on it, but I thought, you know what, let's just use it in here. The paintings that you're seeing leaning up against the wall, that little one, and you're going to see that repeated in the house. That was from the Eco Pack as well by Little Dicker, and I love those prints. I think they're so nice. Another Tiny Living Plus chair there, super perfect for this build. Base game wardrobe mirror, I think, is from... Oh man, this is like I should do a video testing what pack different items are from. I think that mirror is, I'm gonna look it up because every time I say or guess where something is from, I actually really want to know, oh, it's from Jungle Adventure. Wouldn't have got that one. And then this is the basement level, I suppose, because this is kind of going below the entrance level. So this is another living area. So perhaps this, I guess, is the second living area, the entertainment space, the TV space. It's a little bit lower underground. And I wanted to make sure that there was plenty of natural light in this build as well, because I am a claustrophobic kind of person. I don't like windowless rooms. Or even rooms with not a whole lot of natural light. They make me feel really uncomfortable. So all of my builds have a lot of light in them in The Sims. I love this lounge room. I thought this lounge room ended up looking pretty nice. Those paintings on the wall, I think they're from the Eco Pack as well. And then I was just having a look here for different wall items to kind of fill up that void or white space on the wall. Then I was like, we should have a bar. Actually, there's a perfect spot in the corner for a bar. And this is where we're going to put kind of like a showpiece in the room. This, I wanted to look like an authentic 70s bar that had been reupholstered, or not reupholstered. That's not the right word. I forget the right word, but you know what I mean. Like it's a vintage bar. I wanted there to be lots of plants down here. The strength in a few of these custom content packs is the beautiful greenery and plants that you can get in them. So the new yard pack or backyard entertaining pack, that one has some really, really nice items like the leaves on the left. And then the Little Dicker pack has the that floor plant as well. So super fun, super nice. And these terracotta tiles, I think, are from Little Dicker's Eco Pack as well. And I thought those looked very kind of summery, very basement-like, and also a little bit like the 70s. I mean, there are points when I'm referencing a certain era where I think I do slip in my education on whether it is true to that era, but I feel like terracotta tiles, or maybe even that pattern of brick, I don't know. To me, it looked kind of 70s, so I hope I got that right. Maybe I didn't, but I think it works in any case. The classic vertical brown wood paneling, super 70s, super Brady Bunch with those couches as well. And the sheer curtains, I think, are a little bit more this day and age. And the bathrooms are really fun too. Those tiles were also from that Eco Pack. And one of the rooms is going to be Jordan's room. This room is like a guest room with a Murphy bed that can fold down. Otherwise, it can be used as another lounge or an office or an exercise room. I think I put an exercise mat in there, so it's like a guest room. And then this room is going to be Jordan's, and they have the garage door in there on one side above the bed, which of course it's from City Living, so you can actually paint a mural on it. So if I was playing this family, I would get Jordan to paint it, so it kind of looks a little bit more grungy, I suppose. But at the same time, I felt like the grandma would have, you know, really wanted Jordan to have a nice looking room that goes with the rest of their house. So even though it might not be completely Jordan's taste, while she's living with grandma kind of influences the room a lot. Yeah. And those lamps, I think they're from Get Famous. I use them all the time. I love them so much. So we are putting the other side of the garage door in because I was like, oh wait, of course the garage door has another side. I didn't put both garage doors in because they looked good on the exterior, but on the interior I was like, I don't really like them. So we only have one in the room, which is a little sneaky, but you know, it looks better for aesthetic reasons. There's also a desk in here for Jordan, and I think just like the usual desk, wardrobe. I didn't put a skill building item in there, but I think there'd be plenty of room to do that. I think we might put a mirror in as well. Nothing too crazy. So if you would like to download Jordan and their grandma, you definitely can. They are on the gallery under the username Deligracy as well as this build. And just make sure to turn on the filter for show builds or sims with custom content, because they use a bit of custom content and they should come up. And oh, that's a Star Wars piece actually, that statue on the right. I thought that was pretty cool. And again, lots of wallpapers going on, maybe too many, but I was having a good time, okay? And I do simplify them. And the bathrooms, I love that they're that eggshell, creamy, sandy color. I think it's an eggshell color. Unless you're in the States, where I think your eggshells are bleached, actually. I got such a shock seeing that all the eggs there are like white, because here they're not bleached and they're just like that color, that wall color. I was so confused by that. Anyway, let's jump in and have a look at the build. Okay, so this is the finished house, and it's a little cloudy today. Not the best day to be showing it off, but you guys can see the exterior here. I absolutely love it, so I hope you guys enjoy it as well, or maybe it's just a thing for me that I'm liking. And I just realized all of the columns I put underneath the house have been deleted. So upon placing it, I don't know, maybe move objects needs to be on. That's a bit of a bummer. But anyway, I'm going to show the house. So let's do the ground tour, shall we? Lots of white, which I love. And you go through the front door. These are pot plants, or that pot plant is actually from Star Wars. So there you go. There are some useful items in there and versatile items. Love this door from Get Famous. We've got a little sneaky wind chime in there. And then this room, I didn't actually show in the footage, but this is like an entrance room with a nice couch from that backyard pack. A few frames that look nice. And I actually put the dark brown walls in here and some sconces from Get Famous. This is what the dining room ended up looking like, which is kind of, you know, it's got a lot of character. There's a lot going on in here with that wallpaper, but I kind of love it. And then this is the kitchen, which is definitely more simplified, but I think it works with a dining area like this, that it is nice and simple. Then we have the lounge room over here, maybe our formal lounge or our first living area. So that's pretty 70s with a lot of brown brick, reds, greens. Oh look, Jordan's here. They're gonna light the fire, wearing flared pants, awesome hair from Grimm Cookies, which I absolutely love, and some makeup from Grimm Cookies as well. Then if we go out here, we can go onto the deck area where there's the spa or the hot tub, which I feel like the hot tub's a super 70s thing. Oh, we've got some neighbors that we're going to ignore. These are some new chairs from that backyard pack as well. And I think this plant might be from the Eco Kitchen pack. Look at this table setting. Is that not insanely well made? And Max's Match as well. They've got these plants too. And this barbecue area, outdoor counters, looks so good. Love it. And there's also a sliding door straight from the kitchen out there. You know, the floor plan surprisingly works really nicely too. This is just a hallway. We go into, into here. This is the grandma's room. Love having that vintage light there too, but the whole room's relatively modern too. Bathroom. Nice kind of eggshell color. It's all very simple, matchy. I love showing you guys the build in the end. I feel like I'm showing my mom something I made. This is a very green bathroom. Kind of love it though. And then we get to go downstairs. The cool thing about this is it feels like a basement, but it's not a basement because it's got all the windows. Lots of plants under the stairs. There's a lot going on here, but I think it kind of works. Snazzy bar. In here is the finished guest room. So obviously this will fold out, wallpaper everywhere. A nice little stand over here. I thought it could also be a knitting room, so I kind of thought I'd put a little hint there for that. Bathroom again. I mean, there's plenty of bathrooms here. And then last of all, this is Jordan's room, which I think there needs to be graffiti on that garage door. This is pretty simple. Sneakers there. Those shoes are by Graham Cookies. Tiny Traveler's map. It's pretty relaxed, but I think it all came together really nicely. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this build, if you like it, if you want to play with it, and let me know if you'd like to see more builds like this using custom content, or if there's any requests that you have as well. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon. Tack tack.